ThekarmicDF.
What is up, besties? It's your girl, the Karmic DF, and I was doing some soul searching as 2023 wrapped up. Suddenly, I felt the need to grab a notebook and start channeling. So, it's time to admit that we live in a sick society. Call it like it is. It wasn't that long ago that mental health was taboo. Generations have gotten so far away from what being human really is. And this isn't to point a finger, right? But to acknowledge and get it so that we can change for the better. 2024 is a time to stop repeating cycles. And so, change is one of the only constants in life. And the sooner you surrender to that, the sooner it'll feel like you're taking on your life, and life is not necessarily taking on you. It's not normal to have a scarcity mindset or an ugly inner critic. Your thoughts 100% create your reality. Boundaries aren't selfish, and the people telling you that they are don't actually care about you as much as they care about their own needs. So, in reality, who's thinking about you? It's got to be you. It'll be uncomfortable, but it only takes 21 days to make a habit. So, when people tell you who they are, believe them. If you practice listening to hear others instead of just listening to respond, people's masks will always slip. And here's the thing, the ones that fall away when you choose yourself and place in boundaries, let them fall. It will make room for people that will respect your needs. Do you want to fit in and be liked? Or do you want to find like-minded, soulful, hearty connection? Grind culture only benefits the systems that are in place today. You're a human being, not a human doing. Slow the hell down. You only have one body in this life, so cherish it. Healthy eating and going organic isn't woo-woo hippie shit. It's adding like 20 years to your life and adding to the quality of it. Stop letting binging McDonald's instead of taking care of yourself be cool. And speaking of trying to be cool, please stop that as well. It will never bring you fulfillment. The majority of adults in this world walk around with a metaphorical mask, basically. Facebook, for instance, isn't real life. People are hurting because they run from their pain. I mean, generations taught us not to cry. And then we buy shit to fill the void, whether that's sex, empty connections, validations, or substances to numb yourself, whatever your escapism may be. Look that in the eye and ask yourself why you're trying to escape to begin with, because therein lies the answer of the happiness that you've been searching for. And you really want to love your life? Stop running away from yourself. Address what hurts. Pour into you what you're seeking from everybody else, and learn to love and value yourself like the king or queen you are. And if that just made you cringe, I'm especially talking to you. Because the moment you face the pain, and a lot of cries depending, you will come out of it with so much inner joy and peace that simply being alive and present will make you happy alone. And isn't that the point? We're not here to fit in. We're here to live and find people who get us as the most authentic versions of ourselves, because those are the most fulfilling relationships that you will ever have. But we can't get into those connections unless we address what makes us guarded and mask up in the first place. Again, if you're looking for hearty connections, you're not going to find them if you're wearing all of these layers to protect yourself because you haven't dealt with the people in the past that have hurt you to begin with. Realize that that's what's holding you back. Acknowledge it, feel the pain, and let it go. Because then it won't be part of your makeup and you won't energetically keep attracting people that will keep making you repeat this cycle of defending yourself, of proving your worth, of asking for simple, mediocre things when you're giving, but they just take. The people are taking from you because you let them. And I know that's hard to hear. I didn't want to hear that a few years ago. But when we are honest with ourselves, that's when we implement real change. Your parents did the best that they could, but if their parents didn't teach them self-love and respect, then how could they have given that to you? And listen, that's not a slight to parents. It's an epidemic of pain that we need to stop ignoring for our own well-being. We all have trauma, and shoving it in the back of your mind will only cause you issues down the road, up to and including health-related. I have been through a lot of hardships, probably more than I will share on this channel. And I could have easily been the victim in my story. I could have easily went down a bad path. And if you followed me for a while, you'd know at one point I was an alcoholic, but something in me ached and yearned for more. And I didn't care how unrealistic it was or who fell away from my life. I wasn't afraid to make any changes necessary because I wanted so badly to be happy. So listen, you ultimately decide the life that you want to live. It is literally all up to you. But let me leave you with this. No one can hold you back but you. There is enough. You're not a victim. You are a warrior. And each day you get up and you try again in this madness, stop talking to yourself like you aren't a whole ass prize. Your dreams are entirely valid, and we as a species benefit from you embodying your best life because it'll continue to ripple effect onto humanity. Not only will you love your life, you'll be an inspiration for others. Maybe then we can have a healthy society again. As Buddha once said, you be the change that you wish to see in the world. It's ultimately up to you. What life do you want to live? And if you're telling yourself you can't live it, I ask you this. Who told you that? Who told you you aren't enough? Who told you that you aren't worthy? Who told you you can't be this, can't be that? Because remember when you were a child and you thought you could be anything in the world? You could be an astronaut, policeman, mermaid, and no one can tell you different. But then life kind of trickles onto us, right? All the pain, all the hardships of all of this societal madness that we're stuck in. We don't have to be stuck in it. If we decide to change, nothing can stop us from doing that. But it's ultimately up to us. So do you want to be a victim of your life? Do you want cycles to keep repeating? Especially if you're seeing this in 2024, it is going to be a repeat of the past few years. So again, are you that afraid of change that you're willing to be complacent in chaos, that you're willing to be unhappy in mediocrity? Because that's where we're headed as a species. We're either going to realize that this is not enough and this isn't healthy and this isn't right, and ultimately stand up and take our power back and figure out who we want to be, what that looks like, and not let anyone or anything stop us. Because remember, projections are just that. They're projections. Happy people don't talk shit about other people. Hurt people hurt people. And so when you take on everybody else's pain, who's thinking about yours? So I'm going to leave you with that. It's ultimately up to you to decide the life that you want to live. We can live vicariously through others and believe that we can't amount to anything and we're just meant for you know? But at the end of the day, it's up to us. And I'm living proof. And I know a lot of people that started from the bottom, now we're here. Thank you, Spirit, for throwing that in at the end. Where people were roses that grew from the concrete, and they are inspirational to you because you see yourself in them. You see your potential in them. But when we live in a society that teaches you nothing but lack and fear and control and politics and drama, then yeah, it's going to be a lot harder to see that there is life more than this, that there is happiness, freedom, joy, luxury, abundance, success. That is all your birthright, all of us. But we have to decide to embody that. So what are you going to choose? I'm going to leave it at that. Spirit was very adamant on these messages. I hope that it helped. If you enjoyed it, please like this video. It really does support my channel. Share it with friends of yours that may need a little boost, a little pick-me-up so that y'all don't give up. Because this is the year where we take back our lives. And if you're seeing this 3 years from now, then that's because you are now ready to take back your life. You are not going to see this if you are the type of person that can't level up. That I set the intention on these videos. You would not be seeing this if you didn't actually have it within you to be more. I'm Spirit, come on. I just heard, is this more than you bargained for yet? You got to take life into your own hands and stop letting the world tell you that you have no control over your life, because you do. But it's up to you. So I love you, besties. Love you to my regulars. If you're not subscribed, I hope that you join our little group here. And I will see you guys in the next video. So thank you for watching.
The Karmic DF.